Hello, this is Ben with the Green Hill and another Come Follow Me message. Sorry it's been a little bit. I've been moving and things have been crazy. Anyways, we're in 2 Kings. Elijah the prophet was just taken up, and during the last part of Elijah's life, Elisha was with him and wouldn't leave his side. They would go to a city and Elijah would say, "Tarry here," and Elisha would say, "No, as the Lord liveth, I'm going to go where you go." And that happened several times, and ultimately Elisha was able to see Elijah taken up into heaven, and Elijah's mantle was literally passed on and given to Elisha. So now Elisha's the prophet up north. The king of the north is Jehoram. I think that's how you say his name. This is Ahab's son, and Ahab and Jezebel, they were terrible. And Jehoram, he's bad as well, but he's not as bad as his parents. But he still is, doing wickedly and not listening to the prophet. So what happens is the Moabites, they stop paying tribute. And Jehoram, the king of Israel, he gets together with the king of Judah and the king of Edom. I don't know what that is, but all three of these kings get together and they say, look, we're going to go up against the Moabites. So they go do that, and then they get to this valley where they're literally like starving and dying of dehydration. There's no food, there's no water, and they think they're going to die. And they say, hey, isn't there a prophet in this area that we can talk to? And one of the servants says, yeah, there's Elisha. And so they get Elisha, and the king of Israel, Jehoram, they inquire of Elisha, can you help us? And this is what it said in 2 Kings chapter 3, verse 13. And Elisha said unto the king of Israel, what have I to do with thee? Get thee to the prophets of thy father and mother. And the king of Israel said unto him, nay. So Elisha tells him, look, you haven't been listening to me. What do I have to do with thee? Why don't you go talk to, the prophets of your dad? Go see if Baal can help you and his prophets. But the king of Israel says, no, we're here, all three of us kings, and we're going up against the Moabites. We really need your help. And Elisha said, as the Lord of hosts liveth, before whom I stand surely, were it not that I regard the presence of Jehoshaphat, the king of Judah, I would not look toward thee, nor see thee. So because the king of Israel was with the king of Judah, Elisha says, look, since you're with him, who I respect and is doing better than you, I'll help you. And what ends up happening is Elisha tells them, dig holes all throughout this valley, and then those holes, they fill up with water. So it must have been some kind of seep thing that they all got water. And Elisha told them, even more than this, you guys will destroy the Moabites and win this war and this battle. So it reminds me, when I was in high school, driving around with my friends, we were messing around one night going way too fast, and we got pulled over. And I was driving, and it seemed like it was going to be pretty bad. But then the police officer, he saw my friend in either the back seat or the passenger seat. It was Matt Hendrickson, and he was wearing a CTR ring. And fortunately for us, the police officer was LDS, and instead of giving us a ticket or whatever, he said, look, you're not going to be driving tonight. He called my dad, so my dad and my grandpa had to come and drive us all home. And the officer told him, I saw their CTR ring. I figured they had just come from a youth activity and were just driving way too fast and messing around, but luckily I was around good friends. I feel like it's especially important growing up to choose good friends and be around people that will help you make good decisions. I felt like I always had a really good group of friends, and it kept me out of trouble. And just like here, because Jehoram was around a good person, the king of Judah, they were blessed, and Elisha the prophet was able to help them. Also, Elisha was always wanting to be around Elijah, and that certainly blessed his life. Anyways, choose good friends, especially you youth. It'll bless your life, help you to make good decisions. I say these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.